So in hindsight, um, I know that it's been, truly transformative for you. Um, and so I can positively say that you don't regret having, went all in to the shadows, so to speak, and to all of the dark emotions that you experienced at that time because of how much better you came out at the other side. Um, but would you recommend that for everyone?
Listen, if it's meant for you to go on it that way, I don't think it's about my recommendation. If it's meant for you to go on it that way, then it's a tough path. But, I think that means that spirit has grand plans for you. It wouldn't have you go through such an intense understanding if it didn't, and what I would never say that this is something that maybe somebody should purposely do to themselves, because it was a lot, but I don't feel like I purposely did it to myself either. I honestly often say to a friend of mine, I'd be like, spirit tricked me. Like, it really tricked me, like and it tricked me in a way, and I always have a conversation with that about it. But at the same time, it just is what it is. I don't regret it. No. Would I do it again? No. I would not. And that's what I mean. Like, it's like when I say spirit tricked me, I'd be like, hold up, you didn't tell me it was gonna be like this. Like it's too late now.
Yeah, you're already in it. You gotta go through it. Always out of
Yeah. Yeah. No. Mm-mm. But no, I mean, I wouldn't say that I would really wish the understanding of the journey that I went through on anybody. But I think that, again, if it's necessary, then trust that, spirit really does have a intense understanding, a plan for your life. Because again, like there are some interesting understandings or knowledge that spirit's given to me, and I could not have received it if I had not gone through the journey that I did, So it was the only way, in some sense. It really was. And I understand that. I accept that. And, even some sense the journey that I went through so that I would release certain versions of myself emotionally. Spirit has said, I had you go through this journey or release all of this understanding. So the things that I want you to do, you won't be too attached to it. You won't be so, because sometimes, let's say for instance, I've always been the type of person that wanted to assist the world or, really just to bring better into it. And I think that in the past, I wanted to do so in a way that was, what's the best way to say it? Detrimental to me. Give my last dollar, make sure to give you my shirt off, give you the shirt off my back, or whatever the case may be in some sense. I wanted to do it in a way that was detrimental to me. And so Spirit showed me, why that was not okay and how being that way was saying that I didn't love myself, and it showed me that there was a better way to go about it. It was hard for me to be like the type of person that wasn't as open or as giving. But Spirit was just like, if I want you to move toward this understanding for yourself, and to have you assist in a bigger way, how can you do that if you don't let everything collect? You just keep, every time you get something in your cup, you pour it out to somebody else. How can the cup ever be overflowing? How can it ever be that they can receive from your overflow if you won't let it overflow? And the crazy thing about it is the state or level of giving that I was at, I thought I had a cup. I was giving to people from my hands. I didn't even have a cup. That's how emotionally in detriment or emotionally unhealed I was. I was giving from my hands, not from a cup. So I had to, this process over these years has been me building a cup, creating a cup. And then after creating the cup, now it can be pouring into. That's how much I had to come up from. I had to get it through the mud, for real. So
Yeah.
like that's the understanding in that sense. And it's if you're giving, it's not about you giving from your cup. It's about you giving from your overflow. And if you always have overflow, then guess what? It's endless. What you can give, how you can assist. And so that's the understanding. It's not saying that spirit doesn't want me to ever be open to assisting, but it's changed the way I look at doing that. Instead of being trying to be somebody's savior, it's
Mhm.
about, creating opportunities for people to save themselves, being a facilitator of change, you know? So that's how I look at it and understand it these days.
Wow. It's beautiful when you ramble. That
I do feel like I'm rambling, so.
it's epic. It really is. It really is. Wow. Okay. Um, I resonate with that because I tend to give in the same way.
Mm-hmm,
I feel like I've got a cup, but it's a really small one. It's bigger as time has progressed, and I've experienced a lot of healing and growth over the years. But I feel as though I started very similar to the way that you did when it comes to my relationship with giving. Um,
mm-hmm,
just because, and I recognize this through my own self reflection, that my connection with giving to others was essentially being who I wanted when I didn't have anyone to give to me. Um,
mm-hmm.
and so I saw everyone that was suffering in similar ways or even struggling at all as an opportunity to right that wrong that I wasn't capable of righting when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so that's all I saw. I just saw, oh, this person needs help. I'm going to help him, even if it was sabotaging my own well-being. So I resonate because of that, because I saw that in myself as well. Um, but interestingly enough, I framed it differently than you did. At
Mm-hmm.
least for me, I framed it as, I could take it, um, or that I'm supposed to take it because I'm a man. And
Mm.
so, um, I, I, I still think this way in a lot of different aspects of my life, but I feel as though, I was built for pain. I was
Mm.
built to be able to come out of the other side of a lot of struggle.
Yeah.
Uh, but I recognize how, that's not always the case. And as I grow, I'm starting to realize that it's probably less the case than I've ever realized. Or that I ever
Yes. I'm
thought.
happy to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, that's the reason why I resonate, because that was a powerful message. That was a powerful message because
Mm.
I've been there too. I've been there too. So um, I like what you mentioned about it being more about or less about saving people and more
Mhm.
about facilitating their growth.
Yeah. Being a facilitator of change. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's, that type of understanding or even wording it that way,
mhm,
I don't own it. I see and understand it as spirit. Those are spirit's words to me. And I could not have received it. It couldn't have poured that understanding in that way to me until I released those other understandings, until I faced, the things in which I felt. Because again, you're just trying to heal certain understandings that you may have felt like you didn't get or you missed out on,
yeah,
when you experience certain things by giving it to other people.
mhm,
But it's really about facing it within yourself.
yeah,
That's the only way you're really going to balance it out. And it's treat yourself how you want others to treat you, and that's the understanding. And it's really about giving. If it's something that happened when you were a child or whenever it happened, giving to that inner child in some sense. Hey, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have a question you would like to ask or would like the opportunity to receive a one-on-one session, please check out the links in this video's description to sign up for a free session or submit a question.